Two influential U.S. senators have urged the FDA to require physician groups and doctors to disclose their financial ties with drug makers. The senators detail how one pharmaceutical giant urged doctors to contact the FDA and raise concerns about a cheaper generic drug. Nancy Cordes has more.
Millions of other Lovenox patients.
Lovenox is a blood-thinning drug injected into the body.
Think Lovenox, love handles.
To combat deep vein thrombosis, a condition that sends dangerous blood clots from the leg to the lungs. Up to 600,000 Americans are afflicted every year. As many as 100,000 die. Lovenox has earned its maker, the French company Sanofi, more than $2 billion a year. So when the FDA began considering a cheaper, generic version of the costly drug in 2007, Sanofi sprang into action to try and slow the process.
It's an outrage, and frankly, we've got to find ways to stop it.
Senator Max Baucus chairs the Senate Finance Committee, which issued a report last week accusing Sanofi of paying off doctors to lobby the FDA against generics. According to the report, the Society for Hospital Medicine received more than $2.6 million over 3 years from Sanofi for sponsorship and conferences. At the same time, Sanofi urged them to send letters to the FDA questioning the safety of generics. In an internal email, an executive at the society admitted it has no history of making similar comments to the FDA and lacked the expertise and knowledge to weigh in on the matter. But the society sent 2 letters anyway, warning in one, an untested generic substitution is not in our patients' best interest.
I think if the FDA receives letters, recommendations from medical companies, from doctors, they should have a disclosure requirement. That is, tell us, Mr. Doctor, tell us, Mr. Medical Association, are you bought and sold?
Sanofi paid $2.3 million to the North American Thrombosis Foundation, which also wrote to the FDA to warn of the potential for unanticipated adverse events from generic drugs. Sanofi stands by its actions, telling CBS News, where there is an appropriate forum for public discourse, we may encourage experts in the field to express their own opinions. Each made their own decisions to submit comments to the FDA. But the Society of Hospital Medicine tells CBS we have learned from this experience and says it has reshaped its transparency policies.
The key to the relationships between physicians and industry is to foster innovation, but to maintain the independence of the profession. And it's important for the public to see that.
The FDA ended up approving the generic version of the drug in 2010, causing sales of Lovenox to drop 20% to a still healthy $2.05 billion. Nancy Cordes, CBS News, Washington.